For hundreds of years, we've been using fossil fuels to pretty much do everything in our lives. From electricity in our houses, our cars, and everything in between, we've been reliant on fossil fuels and gas to evolve us as a species pretty much. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the technology that is supposedly going to replace almost all of fossil fuels and all of gas in the next anywhere from 20 to 100 years time. And you probably know what this is, and this is clean energy. And we're going to be talking about a company that you probably have heard of. Most of you guys probably have heard of. If you haven't, you probably live under a rock. So without further ado, let's talk about the gas killer. Let's go. So let's dive into today's video. First, I wanted to talk about, the gradual or possibly rapid energy transition and what path we might be on. So I found this really good infographic. I was going to make my own, but I thought this had, most of the points that I wanted to cover. So the best way to break this down for you guys is we have the gradual narrative on the left and the rapid narrative on the right. So those are the biggest milestones to get us to a gradual narrative. But obviously, we want to talk about the rapid narrative, right? We want the rate of change to be great. We don't want it to be slow. So the milestones we need to hit to reach that rapid narrative would be things like solar electricity prices would fall. EVs would take a market share of over 30% instead of that 5 to 10%. Solar capacity installations would rise. Over 50% of emissions would need to be priced in average tax rates of around $20 per ton. And ultimately, these are the factors that would decide what the current speed of energy transition from fossil fuels would look like. Well, to answer some of these questions, we need to look at the main player that's doing all this. And that would help us answer the real nitty and gritty of, is it possible and how fast are we going to get there? So here we have the sales of EVs versus traditional cars, and the sales of battery electric vehicles, or BEVs, and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles made up around 4.2 of the global car market in 2020, which is up from 2.5 in 2019. Now, 2021 is the year we're in at the time I'm making this video, which if it's already gone up almost double, right? 2.5 to 4.2%, that's almost double. 0.8% more would be double, right? If we can see a similar, right, like a 70 to 80% increase from that 4.2, we're talking about 8-9% by 2021. And I could definitely see that be one of the first catalysts to that 20 to 30% that we were talking about in the previous slide. So next, I want to look at, you guessed it, Tesla. A lot of people are calling Tesla the electric gas killer. Of course, how could they not, right? Because Tesla does have really pretty much the mission statement of ending gas or fossil fuels as we know it. That's pretty much their goal. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but the main ones are, CO2 levels are getting too high, and what they're doing and building is going to hopefully change all that. So not only does Tesla have the standard cars like the Model S, 3, X, Y, if you're familiar with Tesla, that's what they have right now, but they also have expanded when they bought Solar City, which was also an Elon Musk company, to solar roofs, which is one of the biggest problems right now, is because people don't want to buy solar panels necessarily. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of people don't want to buy solar panels because they're, weak, flimsy, all that. And solar roofs are very durable. This is a new product that they came out with not too long ago. And with the expansion of solar roofs, they've also developed really good battery technology for inside the home. And they've also have solar panels to this day. And the crazy thing is that they're really ramping all these products at an insane rate. And one factor to look at in the cars specifically, because that's what a lot of people focus when they talk about CO2, is the fact that they are actually revolutionizing the battery tech inside the car. So these batteries are going to be lasting longer, they're going to have more efficiency, they're going to be cheaper. And here we have the battery packs that they're coming out with very, very soon. And these new battery packs will help Tesla out quite a bit, with 10% reduction in mass, 14% range increase, and roughly 370 fewer parts. And as we know, less parts equals more money back in their pocket. And so obviously this battery tech is going to be huge, but this is not the only catalyst that Tesla is working on to develop the technology to really ramp up the evolution of not just EVs, but the entire ecosystem of clean energy. And one of those things is the $25,000 Tesla. Now, a $25,000 Tesla would ultimately change the game as far as EVs go. It will be much more feasible to purchase for pretty much anybody on the market. Now, I'm not saying everyone in the world, but almost everybody that has access to a car now could buy a Tesla in the future when it's priced at $25,000 or less, right? Because I personally see 18-year-olds buying cars for like 18 to 25,000, and a used $25,000 Tesla could be in that price range. And that's actually really good because their cheapest model right now, the Model 3, is going for about $35,000. And so in combination with the car they're building and the battery tech, we're about to see the best Tesla for the buck that we've ever seen before. And I'm not sure exactly when this is going to come out. Tesla hasn't confirmed or commented on this quite yet, but Elon Musk had said that they're working on this in China and they're looking to get something prototyped by end of 2021, and possibly we might see it on the streets by 2022. That would be crazy to see because this is one of their undercover projects and they don't really like to do a lot of things like that. Like the Cybertruck, they announced well before their production dates. But this is something they're keeping a little bit under wraps because I think it's so revolutionary. So next, I want to talk about the Cybertruck because we already know about the Cybertruck. But, I thought to still include it because it's coming really, really soon. And this will be a game changer once they're on the street because that's one of the biggest car purchases in the first world countries is trucks. People need to have trucks, to carry things around, to move things. And the Cybertruck is pretty much one of the first disruptive trucks, in my opinion, that's electric, and it's also going to have an estimated range of 500 miles plus for the bulkiest version. That's insane to see, and the towing capacity over 14,000 pounds and a 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which is pretty much a monster of a car. It'd be insane to see, and honestly, once we see these on the streets, Tesla's really gonna change the game. So really quickly, let's look at a couple other things that I think would be really fascinating to look at besides their cars. This paints a good picture of if they're growing in the energy sector space, and this is by quarters. So when you add these up, it's gonna look much different. And essentially the last quarter, which is quarter 4 of 2020 that they reported on, was $752 million in solar revenue. That is really cool to see. And honestly, once that hits $1 billion per quarter and just sustains that and keeps going up and up, we're gonna see this explode. We're gonna have so much coverage in the news about this business model. And as you can see so far, the Tesla energy biz has been increasing slowly, right? From Q4 of 2016, it's been slowly trickling up and up and up. And I personally see in the next 2 to 3 years, this is gonna ramp heavily. We're not gonna see anything below $1 billion in the next few quarters when it comes to their energy generation and storage revenue. This business model is only gonna get bigger. And so with all this extra cash, Tesla will be able to throw a lot more money into their energy business. And speaking of extra cash, Morgan Stanley believes that only 27% of Tesla buyers are currently buying that full self-driving feature that everyone's talking about. It's actually $10,000 now. And that a subscription service, which Tesla plans to launch very, very soon, is expected to cost more than $100 per month and would expand the take rate of the package. And in my opinion, and Elon Musk's opinion as well, it doesn't matter what people choose, whether they spend that $10,000 on the full self-driving all the way up front, or they buy it later on, or they buy a subscription. Tesla's making money on every single front. And most users, Tesla users, they actually don't have the full self-driving feature. So that leaves them with either a super bulky subscription-based model, which I think is going to be insane, or they're about to get a huge paycheck from people upgrading their cars remotely. Again, the hardware in those cars already exists in the car. They just need to purchase the software, which is this $10,000 figure or $100 per month for the subscription. So that is insane possibility for growth for Tesla. Again, their revenue model is going to get insane, and they're going to be able to pump that back into new projects such as the Tesla van. So the Tesla van is Elon Musk's hypothetical van. This is not an actual picture of what it's going to look like, but it's something that Elon Musk has on his radar, and he's been talking about this Tesla electric van with solar-powered deployable roof. Again, if it becomes a reality, this could replace so many of the niche vans like the Mercedes or the soccer mom vans that we see on the road today. This would be an insane vehicle, which I think has so much potential and is really no one really talking about right now. I mean, this is on Electric Magazine, but I haven't seen it in the news on CNBC, CNN. No one's covering this besides the very geeky companies like Electric, which I personally love this kind of stuff because this really paints a good picture of what's to come in the near future. When Elon Musk says he's thinking about it, he's probably already got it under wraps. Like it's probably already being worked on as we speak right now. And so with all this data, all this information, is Tesla poised to kill the fossil industry? Well, Obviously, only time will tell, but so far, they are the likely candidate to force the hand of this multi-trillion-dollar industry. And I'd love to hear from you about what you think about Tesla, what you think about gas, what you think about fossil fuels, what you think about clean energy, how far, how fast we're gonna get there. And so if you wanna start the conversation, leave all that down in the comment section below, and I'd love to chat with all of you, as I do see every single comment and I respond to absolutely everyone. And so if it's your first time to the channel and you got value from this video, go make sure to smash the like button and also subscribe, because it really helps out my channel, but it also gives you access to all this awesome free content every single day that I post. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.